Hi guys, Harry Otis here, professional trader for 20 years now. Started my career in 2005, still alive in 2026. So today, I think it was a big day in the market. Probably muted because we barely finished flat, um, flattish to up a bit. Okay, but I think the big news of the day is there's a rotation going on under the hood, and we are witnessing it slowly today. I think it plays out going forward, okay? But first, we always, we'll get to that and what the implications are. But first, we're going to talk about the technical picture. But look, today, it's deceptive here. This candle looks like it went all the way down to 710 or 718. But no, like if you can look at the, I think trading view here, there's a little bit of a mistake. If you put the 5-minute chart, you'll see that that down move was like, a huge candle all the way down in the last 5 minutes on the mock. Okay, I think, or it could be a data error. Okay, so it didn't go I don't think it went all the way down to 718. Okay, that would be a crazy move. Okay, it was just a last minute glitch. So we're just going to ignore it. In reality, it was around these levels at the 730-ish, 729 level. And currently after market, we're trading at 731.8. Okay, so we didn't undercut this 725 low. That's my whole point. Okay, because technically we'll get to the technical picture right now because it plays into it. Okay, the technical picture is still bullish. Okay, we bring in the moving averages. Yes, we're trading below the 50, but barely. But that's not the important thing. Okay, the important thing here is that it's still in this sideways channel, and we said we could be a wedge forming. We don't know. Okay. The point is, it's still in a bullish formation. This is the whole technical picture. Hasn't broken. It's still holding on. Okay. So let's get to the sentiment because it's important. We're at fear and greed still, right in the border. Okay, this is very, very important because I'm hoping, remember, we keep saying that I'm hoping we break down even lower. I hope this candle here, this move down, this glitch actually turns out to be real going forward. Okay. I don't think it's going to be long lasting. Any down move is not going to be long lasting because the selling has already been done. We can get to extreme fear. Okay, everything is at fear, extreme fear. Okay, put call options. Look, they even start buying. So the downside to me is limited, even if we do go down. So yeah, I'm still bullish. I think this is an extremely strong bull market. Okay, so what do I mean by the rotation going on? Okay, for the longest time, this whole move has been led by SMH. Okay. Semiconductors, not even the AI, the SMA, the semiconductor space of AI has been ripping, okay? Because other AI stocks like Meta isn't ripping, it's down, Amazon, all these like hyperscalers are down. Google is a little bit better, okay? Google's a little bit down, but still not at all-time highs, not like, not like SMH, okay? Meaning like, let's give me another one, Mu, favorite one. Look at that, ripping to highs, okay? Down today. Okay, all of the semiconductors are down as a whole. SMH is down about 4% today. Okay, still very bullish. Look at the moving averages. We still haven't hit the 50. It could hit the 50 and it still wouldn't violate this level, this support zone right here at 568-ish. So it's still bullish, okay, but we still could correct. And this is what I mean by rotation. Money is coming out of the semiconductor space and into everything else. Okay, that's the whole point. The whole point is that, let's get back to SPY for now. The whole point is that as the rotation goes on, you can see it clear here on the heat map. Okay, today was a perfect example. You see everything green here, even Amazon. Look at the hyperscalers are up, Apple, Microsoft. Okay, Apple coming back after the big drop when they announced they're going to increase prices. But look, it's the tech stock, the NVIDIA, the semiconductors, the equipment, the hardware, the storage companies, SNDK, but you have everything else, healthcare up, you have credit services, insurance, entertainment, Netflix is up, Amazon, home improvement, all of these stocks, all the small ones here, utilities too, REITs, so everything else is catching a bid. This is what we want to see. Now, what does this mean? Does that mean that because the semiconductors are down, that it'll drag the whole market? No, rotation. It's not the case. It doesn't have to be. Okay, that's what I'm saying, that you can have selling in one sector, the semis, and the breadth here. Okay, it's extreme fear. It's probably going to rebound. I think other sectors, because they're so beaten down, will catch bids. Sectors like value sectors that you haven't heard of, the home builders, every other sector I think is going to start catching a bid, okay, as the air comes out of semiconductors. Now I don't think it dies. I think it just drops for a little while or stays flat for a long time. We got to burn these conditions out. This is very, very hot. We have a lot of negative divergence that has to play out in some way. It has. You can technically say that the negative divergence has played out and it can still go higher and rip even much higher. But this is what I'm looking for. This is what we were looking for the whole time. We're looking for semiconductors, the air to come out of that, out of this sector, and the market to increase breadth. This is a good thing. Okay, we have NU down. We have you can name it, AMD down, but AMD is doing better, still high. They're still going to be strong. It doesn't mean they're going to tank. Okay, you have to understand the difference. What we're saying here. Okay, and if we don't even know if the SPY goes down, we could be in a sideways consolidation because the chips can go down, but every other sector could go up, which means this might be flat. Okay, so you have one sector down that is dominating this market in terms of percentage of the top 10, but every other sector going up and mitigating it. So I don't know how it plays out in SPY. QQQ might go down, and even QQQ wasn't working. Well, okay, well, so everything here might go down, but it doesn't mean that the market itself will go down. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a glitch here, a little bit delayed reaction. Look, the QQQs could go down. Okay, but we're back to QQQ. The QQQs could go down. Okay, maybe not a lot because you have other tech stocks that'll pick up the slack. So you don't know. It's just a huge question mark. Okay, however, I hope that the SPY goes down more. I don't know if it will, and any down move will be muted. Okay, so that's a good thing. You want that. It underlies the strength of this market and a chance for you guys to go long and for me to go long going forward on the stocks that have been beaten down. Okay, so that is the rotation trade. You even have another thing that I noticed today, which is important to notice, is that we have gold. Okay, catching a bid. Okay, gold is up as the market is down. Okay, this is good because gold has been going with the market this whole war. Okay, it was bid up when the market was going up and it was bid down when the market was going down. And it's been taking a bigger beating, okay, than the market. So I think that, and I'm getting along around here, have been going along, and I think it goes much higher. It's still too early because we're still in the downtrend. Nothing has been developed yet. Okay, we need more development. We need it to go above 4,400, go down, down, up. Eventually, it's going to take months. Okay, months to go down. So this is it's a good. Everything here is on the beginning stages of the turnaround. Okay, gold is in the beginning stages of turning around. SPY is in the beginning stages of rotating out of SMH and into other sectors. And we're just beginning. Okay, and this is very, very bullish, especially if the market stays close to highs as this rotation is going on. It's gonna once it's over and it breaks a new high, it's gonna have a lot of fuel to go higher. Okay, because now we're recycling this monster move. Okay, so that's it. That's what you should be looking for. Okay, and one more thing that I should bring up is that on CNBC we have Trump eases pressure on the Fed chairman, but that's not what I wanted to see. What is it? Trump says Iran. This is it. Trump says Iran violated the ceasefire. You'll find out if there will be consequences. Okay, probably not. But what I wanted to say is that you hear tough talk on oil, and let's bring out the oil market, the last gasp, okay? And yet oil is down. He's talking tough, like he's going to fire back, but oil is down. I think this is done. I'm going to make a call. I think oil goes to the $55 level and breaks it eventually, very close this year. Okay, this entire war has to be unwound, and this is going to be good for inflation. You're going to see inflation going down, and that's going to add to the SPY, because the SPY, despite one or two rate hikes already priced into this market, is still at highs. If those rate hikes are off the table, which I think they will be as inflation and oil come down, rip to new highs. This is going to be a huge rip when you have such strength in the market. Okay, even high interest rates were not enough to tank this 5-6%. It was basically this was, I think, a 4 to 5% move. Okay, what was it? We went 760, 725, 35, 5%, let's say, a bit less, 4. So yeah, that's it on rate hikes. This is a very, very, very strong bull market, and you should look to go long, especially in the other sectors. Because first, I would look to go long on semiconductors, and you know which one I like, which is mu. But after it has some kind of correction. Okay, the first thing is I'm looking for it to touch the 50 before going long, in my view. Okay, it could take some time. That's why it's not immediate. Okay, but everything else, I think, this is the everything else trade. Try to buy things that are gonna come back and make this extreme fear in the breadth go into greed. I'm still looking for this to cycle up into extreme greed, okay, as the days and weeks go forward into 2026. All right, guys, that's it. Rotation going on. Today was Friday, 26th of June. A couple more days in June, and that's it. Okay, I suspect we finish close to the lows here. Maybe even catch a bid. Who knows? We'll have to see. Okay, because you have window dressing coming in. But after that, I'm hoping for a move down to the 710-ish. Hopefully, it'll be beautiful for it to go much, much higher. Okay, later, guys.